Hi guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam, he is Dean. We are back for another Aftermath Live, and unfortunately, it's another Aftermath after a Manchester United defeat. This time 3-1 at the hands of West Ham. What a horrible weekend and what a horrible week it has been, Dean.
Yeah, man.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry in it.
Trust me.
It's been horrible.
Yeah, it's been a poor week. On and off the pitch, by the looks of it, with United. It came to a head yesterday.
What a performance! What a performance, though. What a performance! It was just utterly shambles from start to finish. West Ham scored early on in the game. Might have been marginally offside, but regardless of that, it was poor defending to let them in. Decent finish by Anderson, but United go behind and there was no reaction. They get a fortunate goal before half time. And 2-0 down, I don't think any Manchester United fan realistically thought we would get back into it, which shows where we are at really. We got that goal, fantastic finish by Marcus Rashford, the only positive from the game. And we go and concede straight away, again, like we did at Brighton. And it shows a weakness in the team, maybe a lack of concentration, maybe a lack of organisation, a lack of leadership, a lack of cool heads. But it was just absolutely awful yesterday for Manchester United, and it's not been the first time, has it?
Nah, well, again, it's even now how I'm speaking about it, like it just everything's flat. Like it's like I was hoping to get a decent result yesterday, but it's like in reality, it's like I know like so we're gonna struggle. Like it doesn't matter what for me at times, and it's kind of the way it's been going. It's like it doesn't matter who we put out. We're gonna struggle in it to score goals,
regardless of who we put out. Yeah. What 11, what players where. The football is always the same. The lack of confidence is pretty much always the same, and it does show us problems that it doesn't just lie with any individual player. And I think Paul Pogba has had a lot of players off the hook with terms of he's taken a lot of the criticism, which again you could say is because he spoke out in the press when he shouldn't have been, and I can understand that point of view. But he has taken a lot of criticism on when he's been one of our best players this season. He was awful yesterday, but one of our best players this season. And, you know, he has not been the worst by any stretch. There's been so many players around him that have been bad, and he has taken all the flack. And they've been lucky for that all the talk has been about Mourinho and Pogba. None of the talk has been about the rest of the players that haven't been pulling their weight. So it's a weird time at the moment. It's a weird one. Just on that game in particular, what did you think? How do you think we lost that game? Was it because if we try and take that game in isolation, I know it kind of fits into a bigger picture, but in isolation, do you just early on conceding them goals?
Yeah, I thought. To be honest, I think that's for me when we was playing. It's like keep it tight. It was a negative team we put out really. Like I had a couple of conversations on Twitter before, and people were kind of slating it, and I was saying like obviously like if this is what he's saying, go with it. Like if this is what we need, obviously West Ham just put 8 past whoever. I know there's no league. Yeah, like I know it's low league, but they're gonna be confident. So I'm thinking if he thinks that's what's best to go with the game yesterday, go with it. And if you're, to me, I thought he would play. It would have been 4-4-2.
I thought it was a diamond.
Yeah, I heard people saying that, but I just thought that I thought that McTominay obviously would be in the middle of the park to allow Pogba to be kind of free. But then it's like Pogba's still the left of a free, and you're thinking like we are still kind of negative. And then like I say, from when you're playing a defensive formation, and then you can see so early, it's like what are we doing? You know
that's been one of the problems for me, and it kind of hit me the most in that Sevilla game where we have fantastic attacking players. But we seem to always think about what the opposition are doing first. But like, we should be making them think about what we're doing first. Like, I know you have to be organised. Yeah. You have to have a solid back four. That's how you build a team. You have to, everything has to be right. But we should be making teams change their ways to suit us. Yeah. We're always changing to go against opposition. And I felt yesterday's team selection by Jose Mourinho was a damning indictment of what he thinks of some of his players. And it just felt like he was throwing some of his players under the bus, throwing himself under the bus, and almost trying to prove a point with team selection, and ultimately we're not in like people like to say, all right, Paul Pogba, you may be right, but we're not in a position to be talking out loud in the press and all that. And I agree with you. Mourinho may be right with the board should have backed him for a centre half, but you don't go and pick a team that is detrimental when you've got Eric Bailly sitting on the bench. You're playing a young lad in Scott McTominay, and as much as I think Scott McTominay is limited, like he could have destroyed him yesterday. He could have had an awful game, got sent off, did something because he's out of position, and then never seen again. And it was just a weird one for me, and it showed that the manager hasn't really got control at the moment.
I mean, you make a good point, obviously with McTominay, but I think also he kind of did do that with Lindelof. If you're Lindelof and you're getting pulled off and you're like, hold on a sec, so you're still gonna play two at the back. You're playing McTominay over me.
Yeah,
Boy's sitting on the bench, and Boy's sitting there and he's like, bro, McTominay's getting ahead of me. I don't even get a sniff. I'm not even getting a sniff.
And that's what I found mad. To me, it's like the game talking about Martial defensively. Like, bro, you played 5 defenders in this game, and for all Alexis Sanchez offers to a team, he hasn't performed. So why are you bringing his name up like he is a shining beacon and a shining example to everybody else? Because he hasn't performed either. And I think in the 3 games Martial's played, Young Boys, Derby, he played another one as well, I think he's shown to be a brighter spot than Sanchez this season. I found that a weird one as well, like throwing him under the bus. Like, how can them fans that criticise him expect him to turn up for training on Monday and be happy to be in training and looking excited to train? Like, how can you expect your players to be excited to play for you when you're doing this? That's one of the things. You're losing your players. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know, and the perception kind of is you need to kind of give Martial more of probably a hug than
I'm just using him as an example.
I can hear that. I can hear that, but it's like from the outside. I want Mourinho to succeed, sort of thing. But certain things it leaves me baffled, and I'm thinking like there's no point even in saying anything really, like especially detrimental, because it's just. You know what I'm saying? There's no benefit to that. I don't think. Like,
similar comments after the Derby game about Jones and Bailly. Like in the penalty, I knew we weren't gonna but the penalty shootout's gone now. Why are you like chucking everybody in the stadium, me included, thought Phil Jones weren't scoring. But I can't blame him for not scoring in the shootout.
So he's kind of saying what men think at the same time.
But you can't. Phil and Eric were about to take penalties. I knew it was like.
At the same time, you're not like 8th in the list on no reason. You're not 8th because you're the best free penalty.
Doug A says it's complete sabotage. Somebody else says it seems to be just waiting for a payoff. Do you get that feeling?
Maybe isn't it? Like to be honest, from when he wasn't backed in the transfer, like in the summer, for whatever reason, like he's not been back. So and he's always gonna his reputation that's on the line, isn't it? So I don't know. Maybe doesn't it? Maybe to me that's what like, when I seen his post match press conference, it's like when he's on the TV cameras, not the behind closed doors one. It's like he looks like a defeated man, like or like the way he's saying stuff, and I'm just thinking maybe is this what you wanted? Because to be honest, like I say, like as much people want Jose out, I just don't know where as a club, where do United go if that does happen? Where do you go? And do you think it's going to be so great? I'm not saying it's.
I understand
we're not
that.
Play better
I totally
football,
understand that.
Like where do we go? Where do we actually go?
I understand that, but at the same time, when a manager is, making his players not want to play, train, there's no enthusiasm, there's no confidence. You can't stick with someone like that.
Yeah, no,
and I said this I forgot what I did on the weekend. I think it was for BT. I said, if Jose isn't winning trophies, which is why we got him, what else is he bringing to the table? Because he doesn't develop players. He doesn't play attractive football as such. Like his football is only attractive if you're winning. Do you get me? Like you can cope with that football when you're winning, but we can't cope with this football when we're not winning. Every single player, not just Pogba, who even if he does one out and Pogba leaves in the summer, like the rest of the players around him will still be the way they are. Like, so I just think it has come to that time, but at the same time, I don't think Jose is the only problem at the club. I think the club needs a clear vision of where they want to go, a clear plan, a clear philosophy, if you will, and then you appoint someone that like ticks all those boxes. And I just don't think we have the structure in place to do that. Now, you could say, we get a new manager and he might, be a success and things click and it's amazing, but then that will be by accident. And I think there needs to be, like, if Jose goes, not all of our problems don't go, because Ed Woodward and the Glazers are still there. I think you get a team that will be refocused, a team that will be re-energized, and a team that will be probably more open then to a new manager coming in. But you still have Woodward and the Glazers. So I think if that happens, I want to see someone in the club saying we need to now have clear structure. Even if you give it to Carrick and whatever until we find the right man and we put that structure in place, we haven't got time to be making these stupid decisions. And actually, maybe we have got time to wait and make a decision, because this season is a bust. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bust.
But again, it's like in terms of with the hierarchy, again, I think everything is top down, and in whichever organisation you want to look at, and it's like we are unorganised from the top, really. Like from when Moyes come in and we've got him a 6-year deal to get rid of him 8 months later, it's like we just, it's like Gary Neville put out a tweet today, I think, saying today or yesterday, saying about how we've been reactionary ever since, and I think we had, like,
I think Gary Neville's kind of suggested that we should have kept Moyes in place, and that's wrong. We should never have brought in Moyes in the first place.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
His tweet said, our problem started when we sacked Moyes. No. Our problem started when we appointed Moyes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think he can't say that maybe because his brother was part of that administration and whatnot, but come on.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's like ever since then we have just like, it's like Van Gaal came in. It's like if Barcelona lose their manager tomorrow, it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they go to interview someone, it's like this is how we play. This is kind of what we expect. United hasn't been that, because
that's why Jose never got the job at Barcelona.
Yeah,
because he went in, gave what he would do, and it didn't adhere to their criteria. And I think United have to have that vision.
Desperate though, really. Like
no. I'm not saying that was the wrong appointment, because I am someone that backed it.
Yeah.
Why he's still our manager, I will back him. I want him to succeed. But when I look at everything that's going on, I can't see it succeeding anymore. And that means you gotta change. And I know we don't want to become one of these clubs that just chop and change managers and all that. But if something's not working, you can't just keep with it because of hope and because you don't want to look like Arsenal fans or because you don't want to be like Chelsea. You've got to be proactive.
Yeah, and I hear that, but I don't know. Me personally, I think it's a bit. If he's gonna, like, again, it's just, if you're getting rid of him, you must have someone in mind. And to be honest, I just don't think for the Premier League, I don't think there's not a manager out there at the moment. I don't think it's an obvious, this is who you'd replace him with.
That's why you have to do your research. That's why you have to do your due diligence.
But there's only certain men who've won the Premiership for us. So when you have someone who's never won it, this is a whole other conversation. But my point is, everyone, like, a lot of people want to get rid of him, but it's like, where do you then go? It's not as simple as, like, a lot of people talking about Zidane, and it's like, he's never played in the Premier.
See, Crest
our team ain't as good. Our team, in reality, like, how good is our team in comparison to everybody else's squad? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's as good as a lot of squads in the Premier League.
But is it the best? City's got the best squad.
Yeah, we haven't got a better squad than City. But then nor have Liverpool, nor have they're still challenging with them.
Yeah, no,
we've got as good a squad as Liverpool on paper. I'd happily say that.
On paper, yeah, but
exactly. So
at the moment,
our squad. This is the thing for me, like, and this is a good point that Crest says. He says, "Fuck the badge. What about playing for your own pride and professionalism?" And I totally understand that. And in an ideal world, you get a base level every week, 100%. But I think when you have maybe a manager that is saying negative things about you in the press, saying negative things about the team, not playing football that suits your needs, having digs at you after defeats, that's going to chip away at you mentally. And I think people play down the mental side of sport as well. The mental side of sport is so important. It can be the difference between someone scoring a goal and not scoring a goal. That confidence, or that just not second guessing their natural instincts. And it seems not just under Jose, under Van Gaal, under Moyes, a lot of players in our team at those times had those natural instincts just coached out of them. Like you remember, was it Van Gaal the one that said they couldn't shoot first time or something daft like that? And you think like, what is this madness? And it just feels like that at the moment. Kappa says, I expected this in the shite football since day one, but I still backed him until the end of the Sevilla game. He should have been sacked for his comments. Blade says, Dean, look who we have played and we are struggling. That's a very good point as well. Like, the level of opposition hasn't been great. Bio 2.0 says Jose's gotten a lot of players against him. That is obvious. Jose killed the morale before we even played a match, says Don. That's true. He did it to a lot of fans as well. So I have no. That's what I was saying to you earlier. I know.
I agree with you, man. Is talking about Pogba's flirting with City and Barca. He will leave whoever's in charge. Like,
but
even
I think that point is beside the point.
Imagine if Mourinho goes here and Pogba goes next summer anyway.
But what?
And then it's like.
But okay, imagine if Pogba goes and Mourinho's still here. What changes?
Yeah, but
nothing
for me,
changes.
The only reason why Pogba's here is because of Mourinho. For me,
but nothing changes. Like if Pogba goes and Mourinho stays, what changes? Apart from the fact that our midfield's hella weak.
Yeah, and I agree. I think Pogba's our best player.
So that point's stupid to me. Like everyone talking about Pogba this week. Like, isn't Mourinho's comments more detrimental to the fact of to our club than Pogba's? Pogba said we should attack. Mourinho played a central midfielder at centre half when we had a £30 million centre back that he bought on the bench. That's more detrimental to me, bruv.
No, but I don't think it's so much what Pogba said. It's the fact that it don't matter. You're saying attack, whatever. Which people agree with, but you're basically coming out in defiance of what he's saying, isn't it?
No, and I agree that he shouldn't be doing that.
It's like when Mourinho's talking about the centre backs yesterday or whatever. Like the scouts done a good job there. You're talking about our scouts there, isn't it? Really? Because what are you saying?
Really, we could have bought Issa Diop, but then you'd be playing McTominay over him. Because you would have shot him to bits in the press and that. Because it wouldn't have. That's what I mean. Like, look at what you've got, not what you haven't got. Like, try and get the best out of what you've got. Because you've got some very good players here. You bought Sanchez, one of the best players in the Prem. He looks like he's never seen a football in his life when he's on it nowadays. Lukaku, look at him for Belgium at the World Cup, man. He was bullying defenders, and now he's like, the board's going over him. He's not even on it to get involved. Like, Pogba's taking all these licks, but he's been inconsistent, but he's been one of our best players. Like, it's daft to me, and like, it just shows that it's only leading to one thing, whether that's this week, next week, end of the season. Because again, I say it, the club's run by a bunch of idiots.
But that's what I'm saying. So I said to you before we came here, it's like, this is very, it's a lot of speculation. It's like, for example, you don't know what the owners are doing. They could be looking to sell the club. Because it's like, we're not invested as much as, we haven't invested this season as much as Liverpool. They could set, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what I said to me.
But even then, that's beside the point. Nah, because you just got to look at what the manager is doing.
I don't think all of I think Jose's got to take responsibility for a lot of the things that's gone wrong. But at the same time, I think a lot of the stuff's above him. Like I say, if he told him, he did like, everyone knew, and it's like we're not signing. Everyone was expecting on deadline day Alderweireld to come walk through the doors. It didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like you can tell your man wanted someone like that. He didn't get back to it, but it's like if you've told him before the season, my back four was that week, I'll play McTominay's.
But this started way before this summer, bro. This started way before. This started last year. You always hear of, like, it happens so blatantly at like Newcastle, for example, where it's like Rafa don't get the funds. And it's like obviously we're getting some funds, but it's like to address what's actually gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we need to do more. You look at City's recruitment in the past 10 years. It's absolutely walks all over United. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, you're talking about like system or like a philosophy. And it's like they've bought players who like was already kind of man-made for Pep's system before he even turned up through the doors. And it's like, again, we've not had that. And again, that comes from the top. This Rakesh is an absolute dick and definitely doesn't listen to what anyone says. Says Adam's a clown that backs players, fraud players like Pogba, who just won the World Cup and won 4 Serie A titles and whatnot, over Mourinho. Now, first things first, listen to what the fuck I am saying, please. I beg you. What I said was, if Pogba leaves, which he might want to leave, which I don't agree with what he said in the press. Well, I agree with what he said, but I don't agree in that he should have said it. But if Pogba leaves and Mourinho stays, problems are still here. Our football's still shit. Our midfield's weaker. Our centre half still ain't on it because McTominay is playing there. Like, none of that changes. So maybe you're a fraud that believes in Mourinho over Manchester United doing well. Have you ever thought about that? Because that's what it feels like. Some mans are just bought into a Mourinho cult, and if you criticise Mourinho, you're criticising Man United. No, it's not. I'm criticising Mourinho because we've dropped 11 points in the league and it's September. The only decent opposition we played was Tottenham, and if we play them usually at home, we're getting 3 points. So all this is just daft to me, man. It's real daft to me. And I think what says a lot is, like someone just mentioned here, the only people that want Mourinho in are rival fans at the moment.
That's
it
bad.
says a lot.
I don't know. Whoever is Mourinho, like tell man who man replacing him with.
That's true, but you can't. That can't be your only reason for keeping someone, though. That can't be your only reason for keeping someone. If I've got a car and it's a death trap,
yeah.
I can't say, nah, I'm just gonna keep this car because I can't get a next car. Bro, that car is a death trap. You best not drive that. And it's like, bruv.
Well, you can't, like,
at the moment, we got a manager that's not getting results. He's not getting any. It's not like we're performing well. We're seeing improvements, but we're dropping points. It's not like that. If it was, then you can say, yo, the manager needs to stay because look, he's clearly improving things. It's just not. They just need a centre half at the moment. If they get a centre half, the problems go away. Like, that's not even the case. If we did get Alderweireld, our football would still be shit.
Your man just said in the comments, Pochettino was called for 400 or something. It's like, if you can't get Alderweireld, what makes you think you're gonna get Pochettino from Spurs? Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't think we never got Alderweireld because we couldn't get him. It's because the border just bails, innit? That's
what I'm saying. I think the reason, as much as Mourinho can take credit for some of the things that are wrong, like I say, to me, he's the hierarchy of the club. Like, if they're not, we're not. Our investment's been poor, really. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Ronaldo went, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the same ownership.
Paul says what I'm saying. If Pogba leaves, there's no guarantee the remaining players will want to play for Jose. In fact, some of them might want to leave if Pogba leaves because he might be speaking for more than one man.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I think he is.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't like player power. If you're like, and it's like, again, I'm not saying that at this moment in time you need to get Mourinho. You probably gonna have to go anyway. But it's like if the club does look to side with the players.
But when is it player power and when is it just?
So the next man comes through.
But when is it player power?
We got rid of Jose, bro.
But when is it player power and when is it like the players are just reacting to what the manager is doing? Do you get me? Like,
there's got to be someone within the setup of the club who can, like Carrick or someone who can be like, because obviously he's not long been a player himself. So
Carrick is just really a Jose's staff. He's just there.
But if the club went to him and if Woodward goes to him and goes, bro, what's it saying? And you know what I'm saying? Is it as bad as we're reading? Like, can this be? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're experienced enough now, and obviously again, he wants the best for the club. So it's like surely he'd be able to kind of tell you, like, you know, like, or like, yeah, Pogba's out of control, or yeah, these players they don't play. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your opinion is, I think you surely must be able to go to them and find out. But for me,
that's what I don't see this player power thing because, like, since when does it become a point in time where it's like a group of players that are just like, I can't put up with this no, like I just can't work with this no more. Like, it's like some fans, like, they're just like, I can't deal with this no more. Like, I've had enough. You get me? And that's what I think it is with some of these players. I just think they've had enough of this regime. Jose Mourinho's first season, he made vast improvements at the club. He improved the winning mentality. He had a very good season for us. Second season, good half of the season. After that, January, it just spun out of control. And it's spiraled downwards ever since. And we've never got it back on track. We've never stabilised the ship. And Jose hasn't really seemed to try and build bridges with his team. Try and, like, utilise what he has. Yes, I know you want a centre half. We all want a centre half, but we never got it. You then can't destroy what you do have. It's daft.
I think even when you break it, that's like the whole of 2018 really has been poor in it. Like, and it's kind of like, and that's the thing where it's like with me again. It's like if you like I'm Jose, and I don't think he's necessarily all the problem. I still don't believe that, but it's like when you look at it, you know what I'm saying. We have been poor all year, and everything's going like everything's kind of not trending where we want to see. Yeah, like again we finished second, obviously a distant second to a City who blew everyone else away, but. Again, just the atmosphere of like we're going to the game on Tuesday. Like I'm not excited to go. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I said to you earlier. Before the show started, me and Dean were having a little discussion, and like we were talking about how like players should always put in 100% effort, and obviously in an ideal world that is the case. But like I use the example of like us, like we love United and we want to go to watch United. But we kind of don't, because we're just fed up of it, and it's kind of like I feel like some of the players are like that. Like that's why you get me. Like they want to play for United, but it's just like this ain't it. You get me? This is not it. It's a I do feel sorry because Mourinho is a great manager. Do you get me? It's just not working for him here, and I just don't think. I don't think it's because the job's too big for him at all. I just think since Mourinho became a winner, got all them trophies, he's got this arrogance and this bitterness towards people a little bit. And that's why he breaks down these squads, falls out with players. Someone was showing comments that he made in his last months at Chelsea. And his last...
I think he said the same about Hazard. He said about Martial.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I thought he was guaranteed to be a success. Yeah.
Well, again, I think if he was fully backed by the board, then I'm talking about the whole time he's been here, because we could still have done with more. Like there's still a lot of places to address in that squad for me. Like, and he's not really been given the funds to completely overhaul it. If you like, he's signed players and some of them ain't worked, but I just don't think he's been fully backed. But my thing is I just don't. Whoever's taking over that team, you got it hard, man.
I don't think you have got it hard. I think. Let me try and I don't know how to word this, because I'm not trying to say it's guaranteed to be I'm not saying that, but I think it's easy to get a reaction out of a group of players that may feel like they've been held back, and by just going in there and giving them like, let's do this, let's play some football, let's just we don't know that's not happening. That's not happening. That is not happening, bro. That is definitely 100 million % never happening. Mans are scared to play football, bro. We can all see it.
It was more, to me, that's more obvious under like Van Gaal, and
it may only be a short-term reaction, is what I kind of meant. But I think it's easy to get, like, that's why I kind of say, like, all right, if the club are going to make this decision, and I think it's come to a point where they kind of have to, if the club are going to make this decision, that's why I feel like you leave it with McKenna and Carrick till you find the right candidate. That isn't me saying Carrick and McKenna are going to win the fucking league or anything and they should have the job for 6 years. I'm saying leave it with them till we have the correct candidate, till we maybe have a director of football, till we have all of that in place, till we interview some mans for a fucking job for once. Till you do all of that, we need to like build a structure at club. We can't just then go, oh, this manager's gone, let's get a new one, instant fix. Because there's no instant fix. No manager's fixing everything. But Jose's not fixing
everyone's impatient as it isn't. It's like, for me personally, I just think that like it's like with Mourinho, I think he's at like an uphill struggle against United fans. For me, I think from the start, because a lot of people did. I never liked him when he was Chelsea manager.
Bro. I didn't like him when he was Chelsea manager. I have backed this guy.
So that's why it's easy for me to like.
You've backed this man.
Yeah.
A little bit longer than me. But even me, like, bro, I don't make it hard for him in games. I'm there chanting his name. I don't, like, I have my opinion on what's going on, but like, we don't make
feelings. It's like if he starts going wrong, it's like we're going to be quick to throw this man aboard because he's like, it's Jose. Like, my thing is, it's just, I just think
are more likely to give him time because I feel like United fans, us United fans, we don't want to be seen as a sacking club, innit?
I don't think people even care now, to be honest. Like the way it's moving, I just think that me personally, I just think that the way some fans are, it's like if Rashford and Martial ain't starting in games, man's don't want to hear whatever man's got to say, and it's like I get it's like a new manager could come in and just say Rashford ain't good enough and Martial ain't good enough, to be honest, and man would lose their head. You know what I'm saying? If someone else come in and just says them two ain't good enough here,
but Jose has basically done that.
Yeah, no, but it's like he could be just. It's like,
but you can't.
Okay, you tell the truth.
But if Jose was getting results at, like Martial has been one of our best players in this.
He looks the best ever. So, in terms of getting numbers, he's not.
No, but no, even in numbers though, he's apart from Matt, no one scored more goals than him.
We've not got a good return off anyone really. You know what I'm saying? Like with that.
No, but that's the point. Like, okay, if Jose was getting a trick out of Sanchez, no one's complaining about his treatment of them because they're saying, "Yo, you got to take him out of the team now."
No, but everyone's got this like affiliate. Obviously, with Martial, the way he got introduced.
Because he's a fucking good player, bro.
Yeah, but it's to some players who are like.
Fans ain't stupid as well.
He's not him, but it's like I remember back in the day, Quaresma was better than Ronaldo, but it's like look what happened, and it's like, you know what I'm saying. This again, it's like at the time the staunchest of Quaresma fans would say, "Nah, he's sick." You know what I'm saying? Why Barca getting rid of him? Look what happened. But it's like I don't know. To me, I've been saying stuff on Twitter. It's like how Martial for me ain't no Mbappe. Like the way people talk about him. Like I know he's only one. No, but it's like he's not. There's other things that need to be addressed. I just think that we need to kind of get away from
the manager's that.
Yeah, maybe. Like I say, maybe it is. But it's like again, it's like if someone else takes over.
This is the thing for me.
People can't start losing the red over.
Man deflect too much from Mourinho, and that's annoying. Like he does it, so they do it. Like he's in the press saying, "Nah, it's my centre back.
Mind control.
Nah, it's Martial. Nah, it's Pogba. It's this guy. It's the board. We never saw it." But then like, what have you done? What are you doing? We're still. It's not like we're playing well. We're winning games 2-0, and then we concede a few goals, and you think, "Oh shit! If we had a centre half, we'd be so good right now." It's not even like that. Yeah. It's not
the thing for me is, it's like I thought it would have happened more time at the start of last season, but I thought we'd start to actually look like a Jose team where, you know, like where we just, like, obviously it's quite boring, but it's like hard to get goals. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of counter-attacking football or something. So we don't look. To be honest, we don't look like To me, we don't look like a Jose team where. He's clearly not happy with it, but it's like I don't think he's happy with that team at all. Like
I was messaging my dad the other day, and we were both just like, it's just sad times, isn't it? It's fucking just sad times. That's what it is.
Might have been another thing. That's the way I feel, innit? Like it's like I'm blessed that I got to see some good times, and because at the moment, boy, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
times is hard.
Like I said, we're going to the game, and it's like. It shouldn't even be like that. And again, I don't think that's all Jose's fault. But to be honest, it's like it wouldn't surprise me if he does.
I think the manager sets the mood at the club, innit? And you've got to set a better mood, man. It's one of my sayings. I've said it for about 6 months. The team reflects their manager, and at the moment we're doing that. We look like a team that's misguided, a team that isn't trained, a team that isn't coached, no tactics, no confidence. No positivity, no love, no nothing. There's no nothing.
He got the job, man.
He got the job because he's a very good manager, you get me, but it hasn't worked, unfortunately. I'd love us to beat Valencia and all of a sudden shit changes, but even if we do, I can't see it changing.
What do you think happens at Valencia?
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a slight win. Valencia are top of the league, though, I think. That's in the league.
I think it's another top. Well,
but then again, that showed me signs that my man's lost it a bit when he was talking about AC Milan dropped points against Empoli and Real Madrid lost and Barcelona lost. But bro, I don't care about them. We got outplayed by Wolves and Derby. Take some responsibility for that. Don't be talking about.
We only drew the game in his defence.
No, it's
drew them games.
Again, it's the
manner. The manner.
It's not about the results really all the time. It's about the manner, and I think the manner in the perform. He has to take some pride in his team. Surely you can't just blame everything on everyone else. Take some pride in yourself. Let my brother in. Dean, hold the fort. Take some pride, get me.
Let's see some of these comments there. And that, like Smalling was played very well in his day. Jose out, Danny on that. You saying?
I forgot to leave the door latch.
People United going in.
Fully live. King calls are we live? It's live. Oh, it's not there, it's there. We're 10th. Someone says we're 10th. Oh, Valencia 14th. Who was top of the league that I didn't realise?
So we should be winning that game then, basically.
Who's top of the La Liga, man?
So I'm a little bit more excited now to go on it. If they're poor as well, but
sad times. Who was it that was top? Sevilla was close to the top. Yeah, that's the one that confused me. Sorry,
yeah, they're struggling.
My
pure
bad,
draws.
They're not even struggling. They're just not winning.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing how they've been playing though. They beat Sociedad in their last game. Yeah, interesting. Any more thoughts, Dean? Do you think the manager will still be in charge at the end of this week? Which is a depressing thought. I think he will.
I can only imagine it will be like. Again, I don't think they'll be looking to make any knee-jerk reactions. Because at the same time, as again, like we've seen it.
Is it knee-jerk? I don't think it would be knee-jerk.
Maybe not, but again, like you look at other clubs like what Arsenal for, you know what I'm saying? Like they took them forever to get rid of Wenger, and it's like they could. Maybe they even if there was to get rid of him, maybe they'd prefer to do it at the end of the season or see if you can get.
See, I think then you just waste this because this campaign is going to be wasted if we don't. Because I can't see it improving, and that's the thing for me. When you can't see improvement coming, you have to just make a change now, because then we can use this season to build a foundation to say, all right, next season's going to be the one. I know it sounds really fucking cringy, but that's what you kind of have to do. I don't know. Sad times to be a Manchester United fan at the moment. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you keep subscribing to AdamMcKola TV. Sorry for the dip in the content, but yeah, been very, very busy. Straight Up podcast we're going to record tomorrow, so that'll be up soon, and we got more stuff planned as well, so keep it locked. Like, comment, share. Thanks to Dean for joining us. Make sure you follow him on Twitter as well. His Twitter handle's there. Any final thoughts, Dean?
We go again Tuesday. That's the one good thing about United, and it's like hopefully we can right the wrongs on it, but there's another opportunity to.
We still got 100% record in the Champions League.
So I'm saying, like to be honest, it's Valencia are 14, but it looked like a tough group, innit?
Yeah,
well,
it is
tougher than what we.
But if we win this, and then we're in a strong position.
Yeah.
Traditionally, you need 4 more points than from 4 games, and you're through.
Jose would see that as a.
This time next year, we're going to be European champions. We're out of here.